you mentioned about SOHO. There are a couple of other countries also who have, in fact, gone on to make this solar mission. But how different is it? You mentioned about the budget as well. But tell us in details, like how different is this mission of the ISRO from the other missions that have already been launched in the past?
Yes. So in terms of, if I compare, there's only NASA and ESA who have actually sent probes to the sun. And technology keeps shifting. Better cameras keep coming, better analyzing and spectrometers keep coming. So Aditya-L1 is the newest product in that generation. So it's your newest variant of solar analyzers. So the equipment which we have built are the best in the class. The camera which has been built there, the X-ray spectrometer it's both high and low energy. It can analyze. So we have learned from what was missed from other countries, and we have incorporated those changes within our own system. Remember that Aditya-L1 is broadly, it is a one product does all sort of a thing, because it does X-ray, it analyzes UV, it analyzes visible spectrum, it analyzes plasma, it analyzes solar winds, it analyzes magnetic sphere, the magnetosphere of the sun. So it does everything. In a way, it's a comprehensive product in space industry, which is able to do everything which you need to analyze about the sun. Most of the things which have gone in the past did not have such comprehensive nature. And of course, because technology has moved, the cameras, the equipments, the spectrometers which you use are of very high resolution and very high sensitivity. So that makes it even better. One important thing also is there, that it is something called the LAM engine. This engine which I talked about, this engine, which is equal to that of a motorcycle, but it is very useful. This is a tried and tested engine. We used it in Chandrayaan. We used it in the past, the Chandrayaan 2 mission also. So this is a very formidable engine, and we believe that this can last for 5 years. It can keep Aditya-L1 in place. Remember, there'll be a lot of temperature variations. You are between Earth, you're no longer on Earth. The temperature keeps changing rapidly. So all these things have a large effect on the engine. And because we've tried a tested engine here, I believe the resilience of Aditya-L1 is better than what SOHO had or any other product of NASA had in the past.
Right. Group Captain Viren Jha, of course, as Srijan was mentioning about the key features, but also talking about the mistakes that now we understand ISRO is learning from and implementing and correcting them in this mission. But tell us about the challenges, because we've seen any kind of space journey, space mission has its own sets of challenges. Tell us about this solar mission. It's India's first solar mission, of course. And what could be the challenges as far as the Aditya-L1 propelling into this orbit is concerned?
Look, any of the spacecraft, space exploration has got its own challenges. And as far as Aditya is concerned, Lagrange 1 point is the one place, as very briefly, our co-panelist mentioned, Srijan mentioned, absolutely right. It is slightly unstable orbit, helico orbit. L2 is another one behind the Earth, and that is explored by many nations who are going to study the deep space in the absence of the sunlight. L2 is in the dark part of Earth that doesn't look at the sun. So in case if anyone wants to study the dark space, deep space, where there is no light to disturb you, L2 is the best point. And earlier, many nations, NASA, ESA, Chinese also, they have sent there, I think Change 2 was the aircraft which they had sent to the L2 point. And then again, there are some joint ventures as well as with Russia also. So many missions have gone to the L2. L3 is something which is on the other side of the sun. Usually we have not gone there. Some countries have been able to send it there. L4 is ahead of the Earth and it is traveling towards the sun, and L5 is behind the Earth. So this is the pattern. Earth is there. L1, where Aditya is going, is relatively easier to go there. Of course, it has got its own pros and cons. As it is going towards that speed, as I mentioned to you, velocity keeps on washing. So it will be easier for ISRO to inject Aditya into the Lagrange point 1. But all said and done, it has got intricacies. It has got its own challenges. When we design anything, we do FMECA, failure mode analysis. That we do it, and surely when ISRO will be injecting that, they would have studied all this. What are the pros and cons of missing that injection? There will be first attempt in which I'm sure they will be able to inject it. But then there are second, there are third. It's a vast area. It is not a point, as I mentioned to you earlier. It's a vast area. They should be able to inject it easily, relatively, with much ease, with much of the comfort. They will be having lot of fuel left over in the engines, with which it should be able to maneuver. So all the best to ISRO. They should be able to do it without any problem. I see no intricacy in that.